Oh, let's check the package. There is one like this in this fluffy one. Set aside. And then there are two in the hand. There is one with holes in the white one. There is a sticker on the face. And this kind of large piece with holes has one. What we received may be this kind of blockbuster. And then this one, or glossy one, is outside. And this kind is also hidden in it. Well, there's another possibility. You will receive it. It's black inside. This side is black, then this side is velvet. Which side do we see better? We will use it in this bag. Sit inside the bag. Is that all there is to it? What about the inside? It's made of different materials. What about the goods you received? It's different. Then open our little material package. It's all inside. There are more parts in here. Everyone, find a flat place. Turn it on. Is there a white one? There will be a short one like this brown thread. What about other colors? It uses this brown thread itself, so there is no such redundant short line. And the white one instead is the white thread. What about the screws? There are 8 to 9 pairs of this screw and nut in total. Let's use 8 pairs. Then there will be an extra pair inside. Let's put the screws aside. Then there will be one inside. Give a double-sided tape. Let's put double-sided tape. Put the screw in this double-sided tape. There is also a small label inside, such a small bead, a screwdriver, and a rope. What we need to prepare ourselves is a pair of scissors. And then, get another one. Get another lighter. That's it. What about the first step? Take out the color sticker first. Then take out our line. After opening the thread, we have to sew it. Here, give it that rub. Place it on. So what about the length of 4 times the line here? Plus what about here? 8 times as many lines. Let's measure a line 8 times the length here. You can measure it like this. That's a double line. Twice the line. 3 times the line. 4 times the line. 5 times the line. 6 times the line. 7 times the line. Is it enough to measure the line? Because if you add one piece on both sides, it won't take that long. Use 2x the line. Well, give it a pinch here. After pinching, let's pass the needle through here. Pull this thread over after going through it. It's a little bit longer than the tip of the needle. What about after a little longer? Let's go through the middle of this thread with the tip of a needle. Go through like this. What about after let's grab this thread? Then pass this needle all the way through here. After passing through, let's pull the longest wire. Start picking up. Good, take up, then stroke the line down again. What if you don't understand? Let's go back a little bit. Let him take a look. After fixing the needle and thread, we're going to play the movie and take out this chain sticker. Okay, then put it on hold like this. Here, take this round the corner. Let's put it on hold. Then what about rope? Slide the head so it faces up this way. And this is the back. How about this coffee color? It's the front. Then put this end of the slider. Open this end a little bit. Then what about our slider? Don't pull down. What about after pulling it down? We were just wrong. Then ask the customer service for it. A tutorial for our pulling head. Don't pull down. Let's just turn it on here. Open it one by one. Put this end. Move the horizontal hook at this end beyond this hole. Then when we start the needle from here. It comes through here. What about after leave 2 to 3 cents? Hold the line of the meter for it. What's next? Because this is the corner. So what about this rope? Perform a downward pressure. This one in the lower nest. And then what about another twist? Make a 90-degree turn. Okay, let's make it stick a little tighter here. And then from this turning point, it's pleated. Let's go through the fold. Tighten the line. What about after the line? Let's start sewing this side. What about sewing this side? Are we going to wrap? Leave a gap in the middle with this material. Keep this gap. It's always the same width. What's next? Through his next hole. About the same as this hole and this hole. Then look for this hole. Go through. Then go to the next one. There are no holes on the back. We're probably together. Find a width of it. Find this hole of it. There's a gap here. It has to be consistent. We can wear it twice. Take it up and thread it back through from underneath. And then when you sew this, it produces this white foam. This foam is wax. Our thread is wax thread. To keep out the moisture, it gets a little bit stronger. It's coated with wax. According to this method, let's place it at the lower end. Pull your head up first. What about when it's sewn here? Let's put the last hole. Sew him this hole too. After putting it away, putting it back. What about connecting this hole to it? Connect it directly to the empty hole. Let's place other things a little farther away. Ha ha ha. Conveyor set stitches, then take up the line. Ha ha ha. Ha ha ha. Okay, we went through this hole in our starting needle. We need to thread back a few more stitches. Thread a few more stitches down. The position is to avoid our suture, or opening. It will be stronger this way. Probably sewn down this hole. 4 to 5 to 6 holes or so. Let's cut the thread short. Leave a little thread, and the tail line of the starting needle. Cut it straight and cut it short. Leave a little thread. Then we use a lighter. And you take this piece and you give it, and you stick it out. Let it arch. Let's change the lighter from far to near. From far to near. Let's go from far to near. Copy this thread. Then press. And it's the same here. Let's bump it up. Let it make Rob's dotted line virtual first. Then blur this line to it. Press it after it is blurred. How about the wrap on our side? It's already sewn. Now, what's the point? Let's sew the wrap on the other side. What about wrap on the other side? We need to start from the bottom. Is this the side that starts to sew? This is the point to be aware of. Let's take out this filibuster. Then, compare with his position. Just take a look at a similar homogeneity. And then we go through here. Leave about 2 to 3 厘米 of thread. Then hold it down. After holding down the gap here, it should be maintained at a similar distance to the gap here. Let's start with this hole below. Its next hole goes through here. What about after let's continue to sew according to the method just now. Then penetrate to the next hole. Then go through the next hole. Go in the back and slowly find this hole. Ha ha ha. Okay, we're going to sew these 2 stitches round the corner. Let's throw this thread across to it. Pull the pole head and pull it up. Turn it sideways and fold it down. A height. Let's hold it down. Make sure to hold it down. What about after you hold this hole here under it? Go find this hole. Then let's look for the last hole. So this one round our corner is sewn on. Then let's put it back. Tighten the Labrador. Ha ha ha. Okay, what about when it's Let's jump the tail line of the starting needle away from it, so you don't need it. Let's pull it a little bit with our hands. And here he is, pull him out and sew this 70 stitch 1, this first hole. After sewing, we're already at 70 stitches, then start sewing back a few stitches. So about 6 or 7 stitches. Avoid this opening of ours. Fortunately, let's take up the line at this position. Same as before, let's cut this thread short. Leave a little thread. What about the tail line of tissue pins? Cut it short. Leave a little thread. What about a lighter? Let's paint it from far to near. And you sear it from far to near. Press it after baking. Well, the same is true for painting it out. Bake it from far to near and press it. In this way, our chain sticker is ready. What about this extra thread? Take it out. No need to cut. Pick out the thread for it. Let's take out this piece. So, what do we think is better on this side? Let's let it be inside. What if you think this side is better? Let's use it as the inside. Then which side is the inside? This is what it looks like after the bag is finished. Okay, I think this side is better as the inside. Then let's do this inside. And then you flip it on the next side. Then take out our double-sided tape. Take out our double-sided tape. Then open. From this gap here. The hole in the void. Next to the edge of this hole, here, put this double-sided sticker on it. And you give it this. Then in this way, glue this hole and this circle with double-sided stickers. Then press it. It's the same on this side. Stick on double-sided stickers. Press 1. And here. What about after it is Let's start from the middle of it again. What about this double-sided Enough sticker? To sew 2.5 school bags. It's given. Then we also glue it twice in the middle. You can stick to more, then press each piece of double-sided tape to it. Press tight. Press tighter. Make it stick. Then let's put that double-sided tape all uncovered. When exposing, what about our side? Press it a little harder. Yeah, give a demo. Let's see if I can show it to you. Then post it here. Then use the background here. Press one end down hard on it. And then, from its side, here, both ends. Here, gently open it. Is that all there is to it? What about after it's all on top of our desktop? Then take out our fluffy. What about this side of Mama without This Mama? Side is the kind with curly hair. Then gently cover it on top. Then let it bounce it flat. Don't go too hard. Don't press too hard. Spread it gently. Okay. What about our 4 weeks? What about after it's all covered? Let's press it lightly again. Let's sort it out again. See where it doesn't stick. Or where it hasn't arrived yet. Cover it with this. Let's sort it out where. Okay, so what? Ours is already glued. What about after fold it in half? Fold it in half like this. Then we can to take a look. What if here? Let's paint a little too much. We can cut it with scissors. How many places you can cut it? Okay, what's wrong? We can give him a cut. Cut him up. Some will protrude a little less. Some protrude a lot. Then we cut it for him. What about the cut with his material? That's it, trim it. Then fold it in half. Is this fluff protruding less? Then some will bulge out a lot. And you have to cut it. It doesn't bulge out a lot. No need to manage, just leave it alone. Let's start sewing it on both sides now. The sewing is of this length. 4 times like twice. 3 times 4 times. Then add 1 2 3 4 on the other side. Thread the needle in the same way. After wearing let's pick up this end. Take this end and go through this hole. And go find this hole on this side of it. Go through and find this hole on this side. Then leave 2 to 3 厘米of thread. Hold it down. So what happens is, you go through the next hole. In this form. Let's sew this side and this side to it. What about when it's sewn here? What about when it's sewn here? Let's start sewing back. When did you put it? I quickly picked the thread open for it. If it is like this, you don't need to pick it. What about when it's Let's go back a few more stitches. Okay, let's cut the thread short from here. Cut a little more thread. And it's the same here. Take it with a lighter and press it. Then we use the same method. Put the other side. On the other side here, sew it up. Here, no. Everyone recorded after everyone sews. Click the start button again. To the next step. What about when both sides are sewn? Let's take it to this corner. This corner, give it a nest. Set it horizontally like this. After sewing, when we sewed this side before, the line is longer. And we need 4 times the length here. And then we're going to fold these 2 holes in half. There are 2 holes here, right? Put on. Leave a little line, 2 3 厘米. Then go through the next hole. Place it hole to hole like this. And when we got here, you have to pay attention. And here, I have finished aligning this hole on this side. Then start this hole on the lower side. What about this hole? We're directly from the middle of it. It comes through the middle of it. Tighten it and then pierce the next hole to the hole. Tighten the line. Then start sewing back. What about when sewing back? We have another hole here. Go through here. Wear it here. Let's go through this hole. Come through. Or the one in the middle. Go through here. What about after? Go through this hole again. Tighten it first. And you pull the tweed on him. Tighten the first line. First hole. Then put a few stitches back. Okay, let's cut it short with scissors. Press. Press and then this time, it's already sewn. And here we are. There are protruding fluff. And then there is. Okay, cut it off. You can also leave it uncut. And here, I'll cut it for everyone. Cut it up. To cut to the leather. Only cut this fluffy part. It doesn't matter if it doesn't decrease. It doesn't matter if it doesn't decrease. Good to use the same method. We will take this side. Just sew this side for him as well. After sewing, let's take a look at the next tutorial. Everyone press the pause button first. What about after these sides are sewn? Let's stand it up. Stand up, and then what? Measurement. So this circle. What about the length of the measurement? 3 times the length here. Twice. Triple. 3 times, a little more than 3 times the line. Cut it. What about after measuring? The needle is the same as the previous method. Fix it up. Take out a small strip like ours. After taking out the small strip from the front of it. Here, without holes, is the back of it. And there's a little tooth. There's a small tooth. Let's start from this side of the tooth position. Start on this side and this end. Any hole position can be sewn. Start here. Through these 3 holes, let it in. Leave 2 3 厘米 of thread. So what happens is, you go through the next hole. We need to look for this hole again. This fluffy, this one is on or off its side. Give it a tug up. Let's test it with a needle to find this hole. And then there's this seam. And there it is at the seam. Then be sure to give it down. Be sure to cover it. Then look for this hole. Then when you put on the next stitch, we need to wear it. What about when you wear a hole? Let's avoid this seam. Let's avoid this seam. Then go through this hole on this side of it. Put it on. Leave this gap. Equivalent to this hole. This hole on this side of the gap that penetrates into it. Inside this row of holes, this side is also worn in to take a look. Penetrate into this gap on this side. Just get it right. Then go through the next hole. According to this shape, sew it into a circle. I can't find this hole when I want to go up and down, left and right. Go and slowly look for this hole. When we sew, it must be the fluff inside the fluff. And this large piece, sew it together. Sew it together. What about the fluff? What if it goes down? But when we get off, we pull it up, wrap it together like this. Sew it on. We sew it all the way up to a little bit here. What about when it's Let's start watching the tutorial. So it's the same sewing method as before. Order it first. The one with monochrome and single thread is sewn on. It's almost connected to it here. Let's make a comparison. Let's sew here. 2 or 3 more holes, then it will do. But let's say 3 more holes. Cut it from here. 3 more hole positions, just like this. Let's continue sewing. Here are the 4 holes. Here are the 5 holes together. Let's get it right. Go through the next hole. Okay, what about after sewing this? Let's start sewing back. Okay, just put it here. Then we cut it with scissors. Here, it's really the same now. What about this layer? Shave it thoroughly. Wait a minute, what about this floor? Leave it alone. And what about our layer of fluff? I didn't take care of it. You can cut it or not. Then turn the bag from the inside out. Turn the fluffy one out. This is what it looks like, and then we push this corner out here. Eject this rectangle. Push the bottom out of the rectangle. This back type is pushed out for it. And this is what it looks like. At this time, let's take out our little tag. Let's sew this tag on it. On this side. There are holes on the inside of this side. Then some. Maybe the first piece has no holes. We need to prick it ourselves. Well, these are basically holes. Then take out the brown thread we gave away. Sew it on. Thread the needle and thread. After fixing the needle and thread, let's start sewing from this hole inside. What about it? Is also the target of this piece. This hole, everyone's bead must be put on. The letters are facing down. Leave about 2 centimeters of line. Hold it down. What about after you piercing the second hole? Now the third hole. In this form, we sew it up. This is also very simple. Tell everyone about the sewing process. From here, according to this hole position, then it will be sewn to the hole of our starting needle. What about after sewing to the hole of the starting needle? Let's start sewing back. Then sew it to the empty space of 70. Start sewing down again. After sewing a few more stitches down, it's inside. You can take up the line. It's very simple. Everybody hit pause. And we sew it. Let's take a look at the next step. What about after this? We're going to use a lighter to thread this. Make it. Because it has white in it. This lamb wool. It has fallen through here. It has been revealed. Okay, so the sewing is done. And what's the next step? Let's take out the screws and go through this position. May not be easy to wear. Then we use a screwdriver. This hole here first. After the tie, let's screw it through here. What about after wearing out our shoulder straps? You can cut a longer one on this side. Then you can also cut a slightly shorter one. Let's cut the long end. For example, let's say, well, come across here. After wearing you take a nut and place it. We're going to lay it flat. Don't level with this nut. After leveling, tighten it with a screwdriver. The same goes for the next one. You can also wear this one at the bottom. Then pass the screw through here. Room from here. What about the room? Align it. Twist it after alignment. Give it a try. What about the two of them on the same side? Don't twist it. Press it. After pressing, prepare the screws and nuts. Pierce this hole here. After piercing through, pass the screw through here. The same goes for this one. After tying it, pass the screw through here. What about the other end? About this method of putting on this shoulder? It's the same as here. Let's put the other end on it as well. What else needs to be paid attention to? It should also be lengthened on our side. This shoulder strap on the long side, put it on this section. What about this layer? Give it a twist. Be sure to give it a direction. Thread the screw through here. Tighten the screw on it. What about this step? Let's take out our white line again. Then there are our chain stickers. Sew it together. What about the length of it? 4 times the line that measures here. Then take out the one on the opposite side as well. Good scissors, cut it. What about after the needle and let's paste this hole? We can put the opening in this paragraph. Put it in this paragraph. You can also put it in this paragraph. Let's use this paragraph as a demonstration. Then let's go through this gap. Touch it from our gap. And there's that gap. Count from this side of the gap. The gap from this number 7th hole. When the 8th hole, connect to our wrap. The 8th hole is connected to our wrap. So pull the rag, make it face down. The rag is facing down, so it's aligned like this, placed like this. Placed inside corresponds to its first hole. First hole. This is what it looks like. Leave 2 centimeters of thread, then start piercing the second hole. Or go through this hole. In this hole, according to this hole to hole form. until it is worn to our chain sticker. The last hole is here. What about after wearing it to the last hole of the chain sticker? The sewing method is very simple. After sewing to our 70 pinhole position, start sewing back a few stitches from this middle 3/4 of this position. These 6 or 7 stitches take the line from it. What about the other side? It's the same sewing method as this. Remember from this seam of ours. This seam. Then count from here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The 7th hole. At the 8th hole, just start entering our chain sticker. Here, everybody hit pause. So our chain is already sewn. And what about this side? We have hooks with pendants. Let's hook the pendant on this chain. Hook on this shoulder strap. So our bag is done.